that's the irony of my story. Is that I have two sons, but they were twins. That's another thing about what I realized on the other stuff is the phones. We should turn our phones down. You know, because you know. But
Orange weird ass with that damn Android.
that's the thing though. Like
Galaxy and shit.
I never lost my son's face. I see my son's face every day. But I lost my son. And that's the irony of God. That's when I think about God or whatever you want to call your higher source. Like, man, you wasn't playing like because if he was my only son, if he was my only one, there's no way I would still be sitting here. But I have other children to live by. I have other children to live for, and I'm grateful. But even though I don't lose my son's face, I still lost my son. Like, you feel me? I still lost him. Like, they shine as they shine. Antoine is Antoine. You know.
I didn't know. I just found out a few days ago that he had beat somebody up.
Yeah.
I not once knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sunday, bro.
I'm really thinking he just caught a stray bullet.
No.
But you know that bloodline is something else.
Yeah. Sunday, bro.
Damn.
He went to a fight, man. You never go back, man. You never go back. You know what I'm saying? He went to a fight. Him and his boys, they won. So now Snapchat. The other people want revenge. They want to come back. So we're going to meet at the YMCA. These are suburban kids from Fairfield, kids from Westchester. No gangster in them at all. The parents, we move them away so they don't have to be gangsters. You feel me? And that's the thing too, man. This video game shit is not real. It's not real. It's not. So these kids from Westchester and Fairfield meet up at a YMCA for a rematch. Let me tell you what my son said. If it get too late, we ain't going. Those was the words that he told his boys.
How old was he at this time?
18 years old, bro. He said, if it get too late, we ain't going. His boys, they all made a decision to still go. My son jumped in that motherfucking car. Everybody that rode in that car, 2 carloads to the Westchester YMCA.
Damn, 2 carloads?
2 carloads.
Oh, they looking for trouble, though.
2 of them. They wanted to go fight.
That's trouble.
Big time. 30 kids there. My son was the only one that didn't make it home. 3 people got shot. My son was the only one that didn't survive. We was outside talking to the dude's mama that killed my son. Because he had got shot too. Not knowing that was the dude's mama that took my kid away.
Yeah, I was all victim, you know.
For sure. And I would like to sit and talk to that lady one day, man, to be honest with you. I would like to sit down and talk to that lady one day, man. We never talked in the courtroom, you feel me? But I really would like to sit down and talk to that lady.
So where he at?
He got 15 to life. I don't know where this dude is. I don't know where he is. They got 15 years of life. I don't forgive him.
You do it, though.
Hell no. Hell no. I don't forgive that kid. I don't forgive him. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have more respect for him if he would even look me. You know the little role, man. You feel me? You stand up in the courtroom and you give your victim statement and shit. You know? So I'm standing up in the courtroom, man, and the man couldn't even look me in the face.
Shit, there's people on the street right now won't look you in the face.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but I mean, you got the power to take a life, man. Look a man in his face, man. Look me in my face, man. Give me that.
The little rapper Triple X some shit extension.
Yeah.
The judge broke down to the kid, one of the kids, on how he's not coming home. Mm-hmm. He said, "Yeah, the day you do be released, it's gonna be in a body bag, but until then, you're gonna be on in a small room on a hard bed." Kid sitting back like I'm sitting, like, okay, yeah, like he cool.
Yeah.
Reality ain't hit him.
Yeah.
Reality ain't hit that boy.
Yeah.
The code porter, like one of the laws here in Ohio, though, even though they do day for day here, he coming home one day.
I know that. Because there's only
Some states, like if you get life, you getting life.
Right.
Like you coming home.
Right.
Like here, you can get a year in Ohio. You gonna do the whole damn year unless they got special program, whatever. But that boy, he gonna come home.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Torrance?
Picking Up the Pieces. Picking Up the Pieces is a podcast where you guys happen to come in to a conversation where we're speaking about pieces that were broken with my man Antoine as far as one of his sons being killed and his son having a twin. And I was actually not aware of that. Picking Up the Pieces is a podcast where we're going to speak about trauma. We're going to speak about mental health issues. We're going to speak about poverty within our own community, and not necessarily financial poverty, but mental poverty. Jay was just speaking about how the young brothers, when they do kill someone, they sit in court and they appear to be heartless. But the reality of the situation is, in Picking Up the Pieces, where we're trying to repair home and community, within the home, a lot of times these parents didn't have values within themselves. Their mothers, their fathers didn't teach them about value. So it's easy for a young homie to go out and kill somebody because he doesn't understand the value of life to keep from taking a life. So when you see them in court, when you see them giggling, when you see them not looking you in your eyes, it's a sign of embarrassment, but it's also a sign of emptiness within themselves that I don't know anything about the value that you miss.
Shit, my little cousin wasn't on that. But he went and did that. So what did you pick up from that young man's mom and their background? Because a lot of people just be lost. You know what I'm saying? Like what influence or like it go back to, it ain't up here, but Boys in the Hood. You remember when that's the Boys in the Hood right there?
It's Boys in the Hood, but it's like replaced by Chico Bean.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now think about when he said, "Doe, stop the court, let me out." You get what I'm saying?
He had a positive influence in his life.
In his home.
Right. Home and community.
That's what brings me back to it. Like, what did you get out of the lady as far as the son? Was he a lost kid? Do he think he had a background where, are you just influenced?
What about racism? Racism.
It was a white kid?
No. I'm giving you an example.
Well, you said that I don't want to sound racist, but Jesus Christ.
No, racism. Racism has to be taught because babies are grown into a humility. They're grown into a purity, if you will, right? And as the child begins to grow, if it's a racist family, they're going to teach that child to hate black folk, to hate African Americans. So that child is going to grow that type of way. Over here in our homes, all our babies see is mama and daddy fighting. They see them smoking killer. And I'm speaking about Picking Up the Pieces within home and community, right? So what they see is a
mama or daddy shit.
Right there. Yeah, they smoke it, and in some cases they start smoking with the child.
Oh, yeah.
You know how the child start cussing.
I got a cousin don't need our cousin. She don't care if they kids smoking or not. She ain't no smoking.
So
you know my cousin too, but go ahead.
That converts, but that converts. Just like racism inevitably converts into violence by way of the baby, because the baby begins to be a bully in school. Let's say there's an African American or there's just a smaller kid in school. That baby is going to repeat what he or she sees at home. Hate, dysfunctionalism, so on and so forth. And it's a baby. Babies are sponges. So you talking about these young homies that's killing stuff. Man, some of the young homies killing stuff at 13, 14, 15 years old. Like,
no, that's big time. That's regular.
That child doesn't know. That child doesn't know he or she is about to go do life. They don't know. So when you look at the child, it's not that the child is soulless. The child just doesn't know exactly what he or she has just actually done because they don't understand their value.
What did you receive from the mom or the child? Was he a heartless kid with like no background, No being raised a certain way. Was he a kid that was influenced that didn't tell Doe to stop the court and get out?
I think he was the kid that just thought he was fucking playing a game, cuz. This kid, it was a fight.
Lost.
He was lost. It was a fight,
Yeah.
right? It was a fight. This kid wasn't even part of the fight. I had to go through the whole murder trial, bro. You feel me? There's a couple parts. Like, let me tell you, at the murder trial, man. When me and my ex-wife got into that courtroom, I seen this big old bag, right? I seen a big bag. And I told my ex-wife, I said, that's the gun. That's the gun right there. So for 3 days, we had to sit there and look at the fucking bag. I said, that's the gun right there. So on the third day, when they pulled the motherfucking gun out, and I seen this big old gun, license.
The gun was.
The gun was licensed.
Whose was it?
The dude, man, his name is Zyquan Moody, man.
It was his or his people?
It was his.
How old was him?
19.
How do you get a license? Him?
19. I guess in the state of Ohio, and this is the fact check. I guess in the state of Ohio,
He
you
have
only
a
got to be
background.
18. You only got to be 18
He
years
must not have a
old.
background.
Yeah. License. So imagine seeing that gun pulled out, and you knew that motherfucker was the one that took your kid life away, bro. That's wild. You know what I mean?
Oh, you strong for that.
That's wild.
But it seemed like you answering my question that he was just a lost soul.
He was lost.
You know what I'm saying? Raised in a good home, though.
Yeah. No.
No?
I wouldn't say that, but I can't speak on it because I didn't know.
No, I was just asking what you felt.
No.
What you felt.
No.
Because you got to keep
Because
in
there was
mind,
because
like,
there's one thing. There's one thing because that wasn't there. It wasn't daddy, right?
He was or wasn't.
That wasn't the daddy there. There's a mama and a sister that was
Well,
there.
you do know. Now, hear me when I say this, not breaking away from what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
My niece, I was going to call you earlier, but she didn't call me back. My niece, your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got two of them. They the mama and the daddy.
Yeah, that's real.
And I'm talking
It's the
about.
reality
I'm
there.
talking about. Listen, when I say this, well, one of them was saying that. I mean, she like you, but then she was like, I like how you speak your piece, Uncle, because he must don't know that part. I say, well, he from it. He just left it, and he escaped, and he's more statistic.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying today, your cousin called me. Well, I told her to call her this out of nowhere. I was just thinking about you. Have a great day. You know how they be like, you got your favorite kid, your favorite niece, your favorite this and that. Well, that's kind of that. But I love all my family.
Sure.
And she was like, "Wow, Uncle, it's crazy. You call you this or that." I gotta go get my daughter because I think she had food poisoning or sick. And my little nephew, I think he like 7 or 8. Bad though. He bad, but a kid. It's something about a book. From the book he went off. Piron, the principal called. You gotta go get him. This where the dad come in at though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to go there, but I'm gonna sit on the phone and we talking. So fast forward when she had to go. She called me in the midst of going to do something else with him on the phone. Nothing, tired, had a long day. She don't really want to talk to me about what really went on, but I done been there. Put your sister on the phone. I'd rather talk to her, but we gonna get him to her. We gonna get his ass because he don't know the love that he got. The stuff that we on, we finna put him on that. And his little brother remind me of how I used to be. You know what I'm saying? But this one just bad. And go back to what I'm saying. She's the mama and the daddy. She damn near broke down to me on the phone saying that she don't have it. You get what I'm saying? And people don't. But she sit down. She told me that I'm tired of fucking him up because he gonna really be fucked up, fucking with me because I gotta leave work. These people ain't gonna keep letting me leave work because how the fuck you think you gonna eat? You fucking up the money. But he's so bad. He only see what he see. Well, put him in sport. He in 2 sports. Some of them kids just be bad. An ass whooping ain't enough. They need that male figure standing over his little motherfucking ass. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, your little ass. Yeah, nigga. So you wonder why you down? Yeah, nigga. You know they don't have that. So she got the but she'll wind up fucking him all the way up.
Right.
Well,
They just need that voice.
Just through natural order, you know, the mother is the nurturer, and she is the in her own way, she's the protector, right? The father is the
Woman
discipline.
can't raise no man. You can try your best. You need that man figure in some
Even
point
nowadays with our
of
masculine
way.
young
Mama
ladies.
showed me, man, bro.
Even nowadays with our masculine young ladies, all I'm stating is we it starts with the parents, man. A lot of things start with the parents because we're teaching our babies to fight, not what's right. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
I'm listening. I don't know what you mean. Go ahead.
Explain that.
So one more time, a baby starts off as a sponge.
Yes.
A baby is just a sponge.
Yes,
and it is up to what we allow that baby to soak up as he or she grows. I'm telling you, it's gonna mold them of who they are. They are our creations by way of God. And whatever they're gonna be, unless they have some type of mental issues just right off the drip.
Well, they ain't my part to speak on everything, but just understand
picking up the pieces, we're talking about mental issues that take place within the home. And it's gonna happen every now and again. But the major part of the most severe situation that's taking place in our homes is parents not holding themselves accountable around their children. We're allowing them to absorb too much by way of the idiot box. We're allowing them to be right in the middle
You talking about the cell phone?
No, the TV.
TV.
And hold on,
I'm listening.
those are the same because you look at your phone to watch TV now. You don't watch TV. The kids don't. So as a child begins to grow, man, we are not setting boundaries for our children. We're not changing our way of parenting while life is changing. Life is finding different ways to become negative role models in our homes. And
That's
we're
going on though.
not to this extent because of a phone, because of a TV and what they can click on by way of YouTube and other channels. You know what I mean? They have so much access to negativity. It is crazy. Tutorials to negativity. And so we're still teaching, we're still raising our children with the mind state of 80s and 90s and so on and so forth. We're not elevating with the negativity that's being shown to our children. We must become constructive. We must find different ways to combat against what's coming into our homes because society is raising our children. At one point in time, the dope boy would raise your child. That's all you had to worry about is you keep your child out the street. He gonna be all right. Keep him away from them, but it's coming into your home by way of the phone and the TV as well as boyfriends as well. Because men are dying in the penitentiary or absent, and so somebody comes in there to substitute that. And what is that brother talking about? Or what type of information is the mother allowing to be shared with her son or with her daughter? And they are sponges. They are filling up, and before you know it, something has taken place where they're finally getting a chance to ring out a little bit, but it's a little bit too late because what they absorbed is diluted like a mug. It's a whole bunch of negativity. We got to step it up. I'll give you an analogy. At one point in time, individual D-boys. I'm always talking about D-boys because I had a career in that. At one point in time, we used to get shit delivered by way of UPS and so on and so forth, right? But then they caught on to that, right? They caught on to all time people going on the road and doing this, that, and the third. They caught on to that. Once they catch on, we're supposed to find another way to elevate. But yet we still stand doing the same thing while the popos elevating. That's why they're able to knock everybody and put people right back on the street. You run that right back to the parenting. We have to elevate what's taking place as far as the negative role models that are being shown to our babies within the home.
I call it switching up the game, bro.
Whatever it is picking up the pieces in home and community.
Yeah.
We have to elevate. We stay stagnant.
And
we
when you
stay
say
one
we,
place.
That's what I was going to say. Because when you say we elevate, don't you know right now today that not just in Cincinnati, but like whether it's California, D.C., New York, Georgia, you got us. When I say us black people, a guy's getting caught with $400,000 or $500,000. He might get caught with 5 to 10 keys of cocaine, or fentanyl. They'll look him in the face and say, if you want to go home, you gonna really give us something, or you gonna tell something. Well, he wound up telling. He wound up telling, but this the guy that didn't do nothing for the kids, didn't do nothing for the baby mama. Now he on an ankle bracelet. He on an ankle bracelet now, and they saying this and that about him.
Yeah.
Okay, well they saying this and that. Well, we do know something happened because it's official. They only reported so much. Where do you think the rest of that money going? Where do you think the rest of them drugs going?
I just wanted to use that as an example.
No, because
it came back from Twan and you all speaking about what's like Twan, like I can't forgive him. You like it's over for him. It's all bad for him.
No, I ain't saying it's over for him. He coming home.
No.
In the state of Georgia, but that other guy, the judge told him you ain't coming home unless you.
I'm just speaking on the mentality of how does a little girl, because you can say little girls now, because little girls banging girls and girls banging men too. Women are banging men. All I'm stating is how do we get there, and how we get to that point. How does the home get to that point?
I'm telling you,
where
my
those
brother.
pieces,
I'm telling
no,
you,
I'm being rhetorical. I'm being
that's what I'm
rhetorical
saying.
about.
But see, you more like you more corporate. I'm trying to get you like down on in every ghetto.
This is what I'm talking about. This is our problem.
Okay. Well, so with that being said, what do we say to these people? Me personally, do something.
We're not talking to the child.
No. We're talking to these daddies, to these parents who get knocked. Like here where I'm going with what you just said, how we piggybacking off each other. You're saying in so many words, they sponging it, they sponging it up.
No, they definitely
all it's gonna do is that build up. He gonna either be a killer or a drug dealer,
or just a criminal period,
or she gonna either be a little fast girl or somebody that's chasing money. You know what I'm saying? For us, what is our end game to this?
Go ahead.
If you give me a chance to speak, my end game is to overstand when he on that ankle bracelet. Because if you got 10 of them that's getting knocked like that, 9 of them coming home on the ankle bracelet. Okay. You might get a half or 1.5 that's going to do time. My thing is that when you get to a certain situation, how I was explaining to y'all earlier, me personally, I don't really care what nobody think of me. People are entitled to opinions. I'm pretty much, okay, well, I put enough work in and don't work my ass off and sacrifice a lot. I'll take trips. I'll come sit right here with y'all. And this ain't me being arrogant. These are the realities from the sacrifices that have been made. So what I'm saying to people, when you do get to that thing, because you got niggas in the motherfucking ghetto ain't studying this shit we talking about. Somebody gonna feel this shit because somebody gonna understand where I'm coming from. They might not understand where he coming from, and the people that might understand what he's saying ain't I'm some bullshit, and that's okay. But what I'm saying, before your ass get knocked off, put something up, do something with it. Do something with the shit. Because when that day do come, let's just say you grow old and you pass the torch on, like you. When I came to your picture, when I came to you earlier, man, we did so much shit in that motherfucking house, homie. Just think about it. You have a house that's paid for, that you're from generational wealth. You can say you are Ready Rock or this or that. They don't know what this. Well, it was Ready Rock then. It's fit now. It's pills in all kind of shapes and form. You can act oblivious because you do numbers. I'm taking you in the hood where them niggas is sitting there with a bunch of money. Go to the club and pop a bunch of bottles. All that shit cool if that's what you want to do. Put something up. When I say put something up where okay, 10 years from now, you're going to be all right. You might not be able to go do all this shit, but you're going to be all right because you all right. I went to his house today. He's in the house that's been paid for. And I remember we did all kind of shit in that thing when we were 30 years ago. 30 years ago, not 10 or 20, 30 years ago.
Well, today's show.
That's beautiful, though.
Is a representation of that property. I inherited this property. And today's show is about generational poverty that can inevitably lead to financial freedom. But in order for that financial freedom to come about, you must have an understanding of assets.
There you go.
You must have an understanding of discipline as well as responsibility. And then somebody before you had to somehow instill that in you. Because here it is, I went to the penitentiary for almost 8 years. But yet and still within me, I understood what the importance of asset. I understood the importance of generational wealth. And generational wealth actually starts with ownership of property for us in our community. It is not the lowest form, but it is the strongest form for anybody to get going from A to B. And then start on down the road to C, D, E, F, and J, and so on and so forth, of OPMs, of ROIs, return on investments, of passive income.
OPM? Can you tell them what OPM is?
Other people's money.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question real quick? Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? How long have you known about that? But you ever read that book, cuz?
I read it. Yeah.
How long have y'all known about that?
I look at it as like a rat chase.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
It's a
rat
guy.
chase.
Yeah.
It's a fucking rat chase.
Yeah.
I think
Most people are caught up in chasing a rat
Yes.
just to pay a bill.
Yes. Yes. And
That's what I got out of
well,
it.
it's not about that. It's telling you that you are in a rat chase and how you need not to be in that chase.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. So I got hip to Rich Dad Poor Dad. Homie by the name of DB hit me onto this probably like I don't know, man, probably about 13, 14 years ago.
Shout out to DB.
About 13, 14 years ago, he came into a space within his life because every individual that
I like
comes
that. Come through with that space.
Yeah, every individual comes to a point in his life where it's a fork in the road. Yes, you come there. Now, this one is going to lead you to exactly what you've been doing, which is the blue pill of the Matrix. This one is an uncomfortable road to take because it looks unfamiliar. You right there you're right there at the beginning of the street, and you can see like, yeah, that shit look familiar. This doesn't look familiar, so you're gonna be scared to go that way. But there are those that inevitably end up going that way. You take that red pill, and then you're forward. It's an uncomfortable feeling, but it's a feeling of growth. It's a feeling of purpose, and it's a feeling of passion. Because this way, you know exactly what everything looks like, so you choose to go that way. And majority of us go that way because of the TV, because of the phone, because of being followers, not understanding we're kings on the throne. We gotta figure out. Let's make this left. Let's definitely make this left, so we can take this red pill. Because by way of the red pill, that's when the generational wealth begins. The other road, man, only leads back to poverty. And you'll never reach financial freedom. And from that, you spun a child that has no value, integrity, or morals or discipline. And before you know it, that child grows up and that child shoots somebody and kills somebody. And while before that child did that, remember we spoke previously on the other episode, he has a baby. He has a baby at 17, 18, 19. And now that child, continues. And now we just have an entire family going down the matrix road of the blue pill versus the red.
And that's why I say picking up the pieces, man. We are the antidote to the venom that's been spread.
Secret to the sauce.
Yeah,
I can totally agree with that.
Yeah, at this point, you know what I'm saying, we've realized like, no, I ain't never lived the lives y'all live. You feel me? But I've lived life. I've experienced life. You feel me? I've experienced, a different side of life, but at the end of the day, life just is still life. You feel me? I've experienced suburban life. You feel me? But even in suburban life comes a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean?
You see where the school shootings are taking place.
Yeah.
Word up.
So it's just a different type of living, but the red pill, blue pill situation, right? The blue pill for me in my life, the blue pill represents different things for different people. So for me, the blue pill represented just a safe, cozy American dream that they told me to live.
Word.
You know what I mean?
I was talking to somebody about college.
You gonna tell me what?
Trade.
Yeah, you gonna tell me what my dream is, and I'm supposed to follow it.
Yeah, what did they tell you from the TV?
Yeah, and I'm supposed to chase it.
No, but see, Twine, you stepping out the box.
Yeah,
man. You get what I'm saying? And you're allowing yourself to come into a whole nother world.
Yes.
Not just with me and Torrance in our world, but into your daycare.
Yes.
That shit is amazing to me because I was just like,
entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And that's what goes back to me breaking down to you. And I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but like you more on the political thing. I'm more on the like in the ghetto because I'm seeing it. Like I'm hearing them, homie. Like I'm watching them. And like when we went out, he didn't hang out that late with us. But when
can I tell that story, man? Can I tell that story?
Just give me a second, because I want you to understand where I'm going with this, Torrance, because you're more powerful than what you think you are. You're more powerful than what you should be doing in your own community. You know, when we left the podcast last time, and we drove over to the restaurant, to our family restaurant, you was more. That's your neighborhood. Even though I'm right there and my little cousin right there, we're protected. You know, envy and hate, that's just a reality.